Peace and love. Welcome back to my channel, Primordial Empress. I am Rita. For those of you that are new, welcome. Thank you so much to my some new subscribers. I so appreciate you for your love and support. It never goes unnoticed. To those of you that are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also that like button and notification bell so you'll be notified once I post a new video, okay? Please be mindful this messages in these readings may resonate with your situation. This could be past, present, or future. Only take the messages that resonate and leave what does not. Every message is not going to resonate with your situation, okay? So please don't come for me in the comment section, all right, if I did not send for you. All right, if you would like a personal reading, I'm currently doing personal readings. The only way to book a reading with me, my information is in the description box below and also my bio, okay? All right, let's get into this. What you hear in the background is my travel music. All right, I love listening to travel music. All right, it brings me back to Mother Nature, my indigenous roots. All right, the ancestors. Okay, so this is the things that we're connected to. All right, let's see the first card. All right, right off the bat. Magic mushrooms right off the bat. Okay, so some of you all could be led to tap into magic mushrooms. This is for healing purposes. Okay, this is not to be abused. This is for tapping in with the mushroom kingdom to get downloads on your journey. All right, to connect with your indigenous roots. All right, so it says magic mushrooms known as psilocybin mushrooms are emerging as beacons of hope for their healing properties, especially in soothing the shadows of depression and anxiety and those untouched conventional remedies. Studies reveal that psilocybin fosters emotional liberation and unveils fresh perspectives, guiding souls to transcend to the chains of negative thought patterns. Consider exploring plant medicine as a part of your healing journey. So there's a need for you to tap into plant medicine if you're going through a tough time at this time. You could be suffering with anxiety or slipping into the depression. There's a need for you to tap into the mushroom kingdom, all right? Because plant medicine is for healing, all right? So when you tap into this medicine, all right, this is for healing. This is for tapping back into ancient codes, all right? Indigenous to your indigenous roots to get the downloads that you need to move forward on your journey, especially when you're at your point of your journey where you're feeling stuck and you're needing answers. There's a need, Spirit is telling you there's a need for you to tap into mushrooms to help you, especially if you're going through a tough time, if you're having negative thought patterns, or you're like in a state where you're feeling like overwhelmed with everything, you're overthinking. There's a need for you to tap into plant medicine, okay? All right. Now I'm gonna tell you about my my experience with plant medicine. Okay, when I tapped in with plant medicine, I was able to see my ancient self. Okay, because it shows you. Okay, it shows you actually your shadow. It shows you things that needs to be brought to the surface. Okay, that's why when people say when they have a bad trip, it's not a bad trip. It's a plant that shows you yourself. Okay, what comes up, what's hidden deep and within the shadows. All right, that's what comes up. Okay, so when I had my first experience with plant medicine, okay, magic mushrooms to be exact, okay, it was the most eye-opening and amazing experience of my life. Okay, let's just say that. All right, I don't want to go too much into detail, but all I would say is this is for healing. All right, this will really help you on your healing journey. It's not to be abused. You will see things. You will see behind the veil. You will the mushroom kingdom has a lot to show you. All right, so you'll get a lot of downloads and ancient codes. All right, from this is like a really magical plant. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. All right. All right, so let's see. All right, let's see the next card. There's a need for you to meditate as well. I'm seeing her meditating on this card. So if you're slacked off on your meditation, there's a need for you to get back into your meditation as well. Okay. So we have the Huntress. Okay, so at this time you could be in this warrior woman energy if you're a feminine, or if you're a masculine, like a warrior energy. So you could be in this energy where you're very fierce. It's like you're really setting your boundaries with people. Okay. It's like you're in this warrior woman energy where you're not taking no shit from nobody. Okay. That's what I'm feeling. All right. And there's a need for you to, you could be tapping back into your ancestral indigenous roots at this time. Okay. It says the huntress. So the huntress archetype is like a superhero with laser-like focus and a warrior's heart, fiercely chasing down her goals while keeping her tribe safe. But watch out for her shadow side. She might turn into a lone wolf, a control freak, or get a bit too obsessed with her mission, leaving her emotionally adrift. By shining a light on that shadow and embracing it, our huntress can harmonize her mighty powers with loving connections and a healthy dose of emotional happiness. So right now you could be like a loner, like you could be in isolation and just so focused, like you could be laser focused on something that you're working on, like a project. You could be laser focused on like building wealth, like something that you're doing at this time, and it's got your attention to where you're blocking people out. Okay. This is what I'm hearing. It's like you're going all in with whatever you're doing. Okay. And also it's saying something about you being obsessed with your mission, like your divine mission, your divine purpose, this walk on your spiritual journey. But there's a need for you to have fun. Okay. Spirit is telling you to take time out from, overworking yourself and, being so focused on the mission that you forget to have fun, forget to let loose and experience joy. Okay. So you could be in like this fierce energy. I'm hearing you. If you're a feminine, you could be heavy in your masculine energy at this time. Okay. And the reason why you're in that masculine energy is because it's something that you're focused on, that you're trying to achieve at this time, like a certain goal. But there's a need for you not to overwork yourself and to have fun. Okay. Yeah. So take what resonates. Okay. So a lot of energy coming out today. Yeah, there's a need for you to like let loose. You could be like saying to yourself, like blocking people out, and there's a need for you to make connections. Okay. Like connect with your soul tribe. Okay. It's like you have this laser focus right now to the point where you're blocking out distractions, and that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? You need that when you're working on a goal, but sometimes you need to take time out to have fun too. Okay. Yeah. So that's what that's saying. All right. I know sometimes I can be like that as well, like be so focused on a project or a goal. It's just like sometimes I don't realize that I'm, kind of like, blocking out certain connections with people, or like, becoming like, how can I put this? Being in my energy with like a homebody, a lone wolf. Okay. Because I'm just so focused on achieving this certain goal. And sometimes I forget to have fun, like, and then start overworking myself. So there's a need for you to have some joy in your life. That's what Spirit is saying. Okay. There's a need for you to have joy at this time. All right, let's see. Yeah, there's a need for you to have some joy, okay? All right. There's a need for you to have some joy at this time of your life because, you've been doing a lot of work, okay? And then we have the sage, all right? So you could be an old soul, like an old sage, okay? Somebody with a lot of ancient wisdom and knowledge that needs to be shared at this time. You could be reading a lot of books, okay? You could be studying esoteric knowledge, or just something that has to do with your journey. You could be led to be a teacher, like a spiritual leader, or something like that, okay? So, the sage is like the wisdom keeper, all right? So you could have a lot of ancient wisdom that needs to be shared at this time. So it says the sage archetype is like the wise old owl, okay, hiding the not so glamorous sides of knowledge. Sure, sages usually bring the light with their enlightenment and life hacks, but their shadowy side can strut in with a sprinkle of arrogance, a dash of dogmatism, and a touch of reality detachment. Who knew wisdom could have such a sneaky alter ego? You embody the energy of an old soul, not with let me read that again. You embody the energy of an old soul, rich with wisdom from past lifetimes. Always share your wisdom with integrity. So there's a need for you to, Spirit is telling you, when you share your wisdom, there's a need for you to share it with integrity, okay? Make sure you're not getting in this energy where you are belittling other people because they don't have the knowledge and understanding, or they're not on that level that you are, okay? And just, just share the knowledge and your wisdom with integrity, okay? With compassion, and, stay away from dogmatism, okay? That's what it's saying right here, okay? And don't be so detached from reality that you get lost, okay? And so focused on studying something that you just detach completely from the world, okay? But there's a need. I'm hearing like this is like some energy where you need to step into being a spiritual leader or some type of teacher. You could be stepping into that energy at this time, okay? So yeah, that's very significant with the sage card, okay? So a lot of feminine energy here. I could be talking to a divine feminine. All right. Yeah. All right, so we have childhood trauma. Okay, so you could have dealt with a lot of childhood trauma. You could be healing your inner child during this time. Okay, you could be doing inner child healing work. If you're not, there's a need for you to do this. Okay, there's a need for you to tap back into your inner child, do the things that you used to do as a child that you love to do. Okay, this could be something, some type of talent that you have that's buried, okay, due to trauma, and there's a need for you to unlock that at this time. Okay, so it says childhood pain may stem from past lives involving abandonment or punishment. In this life, it can appear as emotional neglect or inadequacy. You may have chosen a family dynamic to heal this ancient trauma. This card indicates that your inner child is linked to your eternal soul, and the trauma is a soul echo seeking integration. You are not broken. You are in the process of remembering. So there's a need for you to do some inner child healing work. So there could be things that are coming up from the past, dealing with childhood trauma that you faced, okay, that you're currently healing from, because a lot of the times when you're on your healing journey, there will be things from your childhood that will come up. Okay, you'll start to have memories or even dreams, okay, of your past. Okay, that's because something needs to come to the surface to be healed from your childhood. Okay, maybe you've lost your inner child because of responsibilities that you had to take care of, or you had to grow up so fast. Okay, maybe you were in survival mode as a child. Okay, and so now your subconscious is still in survival mode, like that primitive area of the mind, that fight, flight, freeze response. So you could be in that energy right now, and spirit is telling you to experience some joy. There's a need for you to tap into your inner child and do the things that you used to love to do as a child, things that make you happy. Okay, yeah, so that's very significant. Okay, yeah, so you could have like really had a lot of responsibilities growing up, so you had to grow up really fast. And at this time, you could be in survival mode. Like your inner child needs some love right now. And I do work with clients. I am a certified hypnotherapist. Okay. Some of you may know, some of you may not know, but I am a certified hypnotherapist. So I work with people that want to heal their inner child. So I take you on imagery journeys to revisit your inner child. Okay. So yeah, if you would like to book a session with me, my information is in the description box below. Okay, I'm guiding you through the session. This has a lot to do with your subconscious programming, things that you was taught as a child. Okay, from your parental figures, your environment, your experiences. This can be negative or positive. Okay, and a lot of the times the negative experiences is what affects you the most. Okay, from your childhood and growing up, because your programming is developed from the time that you are born until about 8 years of age. Okay, and that critical area of the mind acts like a filter and a protector for the other known associations, which is in the subconscious, your subconscious programming. So you want to move away from the knowns to the unknowns. Okay, and so I help you with this by guiding you. Okay, taking you on guided imagery journeys. Okay, so if you're trying to heal from something that has to do with childhood trauma, I do work with clients that that want to, you know, heal from their childhood. Okay, all right. All right, I'm gonna pull 2 more cards, and we have the Seer. Okay, all right, we have the Seer, and then we have Love and War. Okay, we have the Seer here. Okay, we'll read from this card first. So we have the Seer. All right, so the Seer, you could be a seer. All right, you could be able to see behind the veil, you know, tap in spiritually. You could be very connected to the spiritual realm. Okay, where you see things others don't see. All right, so it says right here, you were a seer in a past life, and in your current existence, a timeless figure intricately woven into the tapestry of various cultures. You embody the visionary or prophet who peers beyond the ordinary veil of perception. These enlightened souls possess deep wisdom, sharp intuition, and ethereal connections, enabling them to illuminate pathways and predict future events by tuning into the subtle whispers of omens and signs. So you could have had the gift of sight since you was a child. Okay, and you may have lost this. You may still have it, but you may not be able to tap in fully due to trauma. Okay, or due to like a parental figure saying that, you know, you were making up things. You could have said something about something supernatural or spiritual that you saw as a child. Okay, because you are a seer. All right, and it could have been like a parental figure that shut you down or did something to block your gifts of sight. Okay, your gift of sight, because you are a prophet. All right, and at this time, the only way for you to tap into this seer energy is you have to heal whatever is blocking your gift of sight, or your God-given gifts, okay, that's been given to you to actually channel and things that you see behind the veil that others don't see, okay? So you could be a prophet and don't know it, but because you have trauma, okay, take what resonates, if this resonates, because you have trauma, this gift is buried within you and it's not fully activated. And at this time, it needs to be fully activated because you're on your spiritual awakening journey. And this is what's going to help you move forward, okay? So yeah, definitely. All of this goes hand in hand, okay? Because as a child, you were a very gifted child, okay? And you could have had someone make you feel like something was wrong with you because you have this God-given gift of being a seer, okay? That's the thing about us seers, you know, we're always judged. People are always judgmental of us, telling us, you know, that we're crazy and all of this. And it's just like, it's because people don't understand our gifts, okay? This is a gift that the Creator gave us to help the collective, to help ourselves, okay? And a lot of the times you're shamed for your gift. You're exiled for your gift, okay? You are persecuted for your gift. This could have happened to you in a past life. And this is probably the reason why you're not fully activating your gift, due to fear of being rejected or being accused of using your gifts in a way that will harm someone. Okay. But because other people don't have this, they don't understand it. So they want to judge you and make you feel like you're not supposed to be tapping into this gift, or make you feel like there's something wrong with you because you have the gift of sight, this God-given gift of being a seer. And there's a need for you to tap in and not be ashamed of this, okay? Because during these times right now, this is needed, okay? There's a need for God's prophets to stand up, the real prophets, all right? There's a need for you to, if you're being led to, like I said, to be some type of spiritual leader or teacher with the sage card, because you have this ancient wisdom. You see things others don't see, and there's a need. You could be having like premonitions in your dreams, like prophetic dreams, okay, with things coming to pass in the future, okay? And there's a need for you to like really, you know, at this time tap in, okay? But you could be in fear of your gift, all right? You could be in fear of gift. I mean, you could be in fear of your gift because of you being shut down as a child and being told that your gift is a curse, all right? When it's really not a curse, all right? All right, and then we have love and war. This is the last card, and I'm going to end the reading. So you could be facing a situation on a love triangle or something like that. This could be like with the ex and a third party, okay? Some type of love triangle, all right, that you're going through right now, that there's a need for you to release, okay? You could be spiritually or energetically connected to whoever this person is, okay? And this could be affecting your gifts at this time, or like your purpose here and what you're supposed to be doing as this spiritual leader and teacher, okay? Whoever you have this relationship with, somebody in your past, okay? So it says right here, you may have encountered a love triangle in a previous life where a competitor was resolute in their pursuit of someone's affection. Regardless of the consequences, this individual you cherish profoundly ultimately betrayed you with this third party. This rival and lover may have reappeared in your current life. The lesson here is to distance yourself from deceit and emotional chaos in your romantic relationships. Yes, this is what's blocking your gifts as well. This is what's blocking you from fully activating because of this past karmic relationship that you have with this ex, somebody that you were in a romantic relationship with in the past. And it also said past life. This is who's blocking your gifts at this time. This is who's blocking your purpose from stepping into this energy of a prophet, okay? Because you have a God-given purpose here to do this. And somebody is trying to stop you, all right? This is somebody that's like, that could have childhood wounds like you. And they're trying to, it's like somebody is trying to like either try to, I don't know, this is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing this person try to like to demonize your gift as a seer. I'm hearing that this person told lies on you because this person is jealous that you are a seer, that you have the gift of being a seer. Whoever this person is, this lover from your past, okay, and whoever they're connected to, both of these people are jealous of you because you have this gift, okay? And there's a need for you to release this person. There should be an energetic release, like an energetic removal of this person from your energy, because they're affecting you at this time, okay? They're affecting you from your God-given mission, which you're supposed to be doing here. All right, take what resonates, all right? We're going to tap in with the tarot a little bit, and then I'm going to end the reading. Yeah, there's somebody that's affecting you right now, and there's a need for you to release this person, okay? Because this person is blocking you. I'm gonna pull from this deck real quick. All right, so we have, Seven of Air, Seven of Swords. See, this is what I'm saying. There's some deception around you. There are some deceptive, manipulative people around you that you need to watch out for. Somebody is trying to stop you from stepping into your role as a spiritual leader. Okay? The Seven of Swords, this is Seven of Air, this is the Seven of Swords. Okay? There's some deception around you, some manipulative people around you that you need to watch out for. Somebody very manipulative, somebody very deceptive that you need to watch out for. Okay? Yeah. All right, and then we have Six of Water, pleasure. This is somebody from your past. So the Six of Water is talking about past energy. This is childhood. This is past life, okay? Childhood memories. Yeah, somebody is from your past is trying to affect you at this time. This person could be having you like very emotional, or this person could be emotional over you. Yeah, there's heavy energy here dealing with past. Somebody from your past is very deceptive. All right. So you could be filling your own cup at this time, and this person could be upset because you're not choosing them. Okay, and you're deciding to fill your own cup and not theirs, and they have a problem with that. Okay, and then we have the Medicine Woman. This is the High Priestess. So you could be a High Priestess, since I was saying about the Seer card. So that's what it is. There is somebody that's threatened by your gifts. All right. It says Medicine Woman. So you could have been a medicine woman in your past life. You could be, Spirit is telling you to tap into this energy of the medicine woman, like the herbalist. Okay. This is the High Priestess card. So you need to tap into your inner knowing, your inner intuition, your inner wisdom. Okay. You have a connection to source. There's a need for you to tap back into your indigenous roots. Okay. Get back into herbs. Okay. That's why it says Medicine Woman. Did you notice in the other reading in the Oracle deck, which was my deck, the Magic Mushroom card came out? Yeah, so I'm feeling heavy energy dealing with herbalism and herbs. There's a need for you to tap back in, okay? Because you was this medicine woman in a past life, okay? There is something that you're connected to from your previous lifetimes that you need to activate at this time. That's what I'm hearing, okay? This could be to protect yourself because you have a lot of deceptive, manipulative energy around you, okay, from your past. All right, because they know that you are this high priestess and they don't like it. All right, let's see what else. High priestess or high priest, okay. Yeah, the star, see? And they're like, they're right on the Seven of Air. So you are in this star energy, okay? And these people don't like these deceptive energies around you. You are in this star energy, okay? You are putting yourself out there. You could be in a public eye. You could have a public platform. And there are some energies around you. And you could be like really utilizing your gifts at this time. You could be a reader. You could be someone that has spiritual services or something that you're doing that's putting you in this star energy. And you have people around you that don't have good intentions for you. People that are trying to stop you, trying to be very manipulative, trying to manipulate your gifts. They want your gifts. They're trying to siphon your gifts. So there's a need for you to protect yourself. Okay, you could energetically feel this. You could energetically feel people pulling on your energy. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you could see a vision of this. Okay, well, we have the small medicine wheel. This is the wheel card. Okay, so this is a new cycle. Okay, this is the wheel of fate. So things are changing for you. Okay, so you're going through a change. So this is what this change is. This change is putting you in the energy of the star. Okay. Yeah. And it's saying small medicine wheel. Here go medicine. We have medicine woman and we have small medicine wheel. We have two cards about medicine, and in the previous deck with the magic mushrooms. So this is what I'm saying. There's a need for you to get into plant medicine, herbalism. There's a need for you to activate that energy at this time. Okay. I'm hearing you were a herbalist in your past life, and there's a need for you to. I remember when I went to hold on one second. Let me make sure this is. You see it? Okay. I remember I went to a retreat, a spiritual retreat in Georgia. Okay, this was maybe about 5 years ago, and it was a really nice retreat, and we were on Stone Mountain. Okay, I think it was about 6 of us. We was on Stone Mountain, right? And we had the Airbnb and everything like that. So we went to Stone Mountain. Y'all, Stone Mountain is beautiful. That is like a portal up there. Okay. So that is one of the ancient sites in Georgia that you need to visit if you haven't been there. Okay. So when we were there were 2 shamans that came. Okay. And we were up there, we were harmonizing, we were holding hands, like it was a group of us with the shamans, and we were just sitting up there harmonizing. It was raining. We didn't even care. We just stayed out there. It was raining. It was raining on and off, okay? But we was up there, we was singing, harmonizing and stuff. And then we did like this, we had this moment where we had to just release, just yell out what we needed to release and just scream to the top of our lungs. So the two shamans that were there, right, was kind of praying, not really praying, but like saying positive affirmations. And they were like pulling up things that were buried within the shadow, and also things that needed to be healed. Okay, so we each took turns. It was mainly the women, okay, because it was like, I think it was like 3 men. Yeah, it was 3 men and 5 women. Was it 5 women? Yeah, it was 3 men and 5 women. Yeah, 5 women. Okay. So it was mainly the women, and, we was out there shouting and stuff like that, just releasing, when you just want to release everything, all of that built up tension and pain. So we had a session like that, right? So the shamans was speaking to us. We was up there crying. It was beautiful, y'all. It was like a very intense healing session, like a release session that we did on Stone Mountain in Georgia. Okay. So then we went back to the Airbnb, and the shaman gave each of us a reading. Okay. And when he got to me, he told me, he said, do you work with herbs? He said, are you a herbalist? Do you work with herbs? I said, no, I don't. He said, you know what? He said, you was a herbalist in a past life. You're a shamanic priestess. And I was like, huh? And at that time, I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what he was talking about. He was like, yeah, you was a herbalist in your past life, but you wasn't working by yourself. You was working with other people. And then he told me, you was doing it, but they came and they burned up your herbs. I was like, what? So that's what I'm talking about. So when the shaman had told me that, when he did the reading on me, and then that's when I knew, and I was like, you know what? This is my sign that I need to tap back into this, because this is what I was connected to, because I'm into herbs, so, herbs is for healing. Okay. I've been working in healthcare, over 15 years. Okay. And so what I want to say is that if you're being led to tap into holistic medicine, holistic healing, don't be afraid to do that. It's a reason why Spirit wants you to do that, because this is something that you're connected to. And, natural healing herbs always works, okay, because it's connected to Mother Earth. A lot of this stuff is connected to your indigenous roots. This is what your ancestors, okay, was into as well, okay? So there's a need for you to tap in, okay? So I ain't gonna say too much. I'm gonna just leave it there, right? But yeah, that was like very powerful. Okay, I learned so much about myself that day when he told me that. I was like, what? He said, yeah, you was an herbalist in your past life. I was like, because he asked me, he said, you work with herbs? I was like, huh? He said, do you have an herbal shop or something? I said, no. So then we have shaman, okay? So like I said, you could have been a shaman in your past life. See what I'm saying? What I just said when that shaman told me, when he did that reading, he said, you are a shamanic priestess and you are a herbalist in your past life. And there's a need for you to activate that energy in this lifetime. So some of you all could be called to tap into herbalism, study herbs, get into the energy of herbs, tap into your indigenous roots at this time, okay? You could have, you could be the shaman in your family, or you could come from a shamanic bloodline. All right. And there's a need for you to tap into your indigenous roots at this time. All right. So I'm gonna leave it there for the reading today. Okay. I hope you all enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support, your likes, shares, and subscribes. If you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe, and also hit that like button and notification bell so you'll be notified once I post a new video. Okay. Please be mindful. I will never reach out to you to give you a free reading in the comment section or randomly read your energy without permission. That is a scammer. Please use your discernment. The only way to book with me, my information is in the description box below. Until next time, be safe, y'all. Peace and love.